somebody asked her a random question. They asked her
I don't think that was random. I think that was set up.
I would make so many greens that I'd need to wash them in the bathtub.
I don't know about Kamala's greens recipe, but of course, I don't think her black side is responsible for those collard greens. You know, there's one policy I'm very much against with Kamala Harris, and it's her policy on cooking collard greens. So, yeah, there's been a video going around of Kamala Harris. I don't know where she was at, but she was sharing her collard green recipe.
Somebody asked her a random question. They asked her.
I don't think that was random. I think that was set up. I think that was purposely set up.
How you thought that was set up?
It was
like with the hot sauce shit.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let me play the clip. Let me see if we can play the clip live. Hold on.
I have a friend who had a Christmas party, Christmas Eve every year, and she asked me to make the greens for a party every year. And I am not lying to you that I would make so many greens that I'd need to wash them in the bathtub. I'm telling you the truth.
So how do you make your greens? Do you put turkey in them? Do you
Bacon.
Put nice. My grandma
I
used
do
to
bacon.
Put bacon. She used to put
Garlic.
vinegar.
I put white vinegar.
Yes.
I do. So I start with, I slice up my garlic. But no, first I chop up the bacon
fry it.
and get all that fat going. Then I put garlic,
Yeah.
some chili peppers,
Yes.
and then a lot of water and a little chicken stock. And I let it go for a while
Flowers.
before I put the greens in. And then, right, so you get that going and all that flavor. And then I put the greens in for a couple hours. Then I do vinegar. And then I cheat and do a little Tabasco.
No, that's okay.
Yeah,
My
but
grandmother-
Tabasco of all, like I like Louisiana hot sauce,
Yeah.
but Tabasco has that right amount of
The
vinegar.
tang
Yeah.
on it, yeah.
And that's how I do my greens.
I see why you get invited
Uh-huh.
every year.
I don't know about Kamala's greens recipe, but of course, I don't think her black side is responsible for those collard greens. I think once she said she was washing them in the bathtub, basically.
That's that street side Indian food.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah,
Street food finder.
Yes. First and foremost, as somebody who does cook collard greens, I gotta say she's a savage for not including onions in her mix.
I'll give you that.
She just threw bacon and garlic first.
How is it not?
I don't know. I wouldn't give it. I don't eat onions in my. I mean,
your
I'm
collard?
not. No, I'm not. I'm not against it, but I mean, it's not in there.
Okay, that's weird. To me, greens equal onions. So the fact that she omitted onions really
That should have been the first thing out her mouth.
yeah, that should have been the first.
Garlic and onion.
Yeah. Now I'm not mad at the bacon because bacon is convenient.
I ain't mad at the garlic. I mean, I think
No, the garlic is necessary.
But where the onions?
Yeah, where's the onion? She didn't
That
have.
in his bathtub.
Yeah,
I mean maybe
Yeah,
she's
the
in college.
yeah. It's a college bathtub, I
That's
assume.
what I'm saying. That's even worse. So
I mean, that's a lot of people that want to eat.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people that want to eat.
You can just get a basin.
Hey man, you know you've been to college before. You know you done did and ate some shit that you wasn't supposed to. Okay.
You been
I will say
I've been to college.
You done been.
I didn't attend them.
I didn't cook greens in college.
No, I didn't say you could, but you done ate some weird ass shit in college.
Oh, but it wasn't by
Alright,
choice.
okay.
Nigga, I
Okay.
ate out the most sketchiest kitchen in the world, and that was the kitchen that was in the boarding house I was
I'm
at.
saying, but again, so you got to. So if you can say that, you can imagine. Only difference is she probably had it was a little bit more, you know.
Nigga, I just had a flashback to that boarding house. How the f did I live in that for a year? That shit was nasty. Booty, you didn't know me then. You didn't meet me till I had my first apartment.
Nigga, you see me over here like.
No. This was before I met you, Buddha.
I mean,
so
sometimes-
I got kicked off of campus.
You didn't know me.
You got kicked off the campus.
I got kicked off of fresh. I got kicked off.
I swear I know this nigga since he big. Since I moved here, nigga.
Yeah. I got kicked.
It's like I met
Okay.
this nigga. You know, it's like.
How you get kicked off the campus?
I got kicked off North Carolina Central University's campus my sophomore year. They caught me with a warm tequila beer. And it wasn't in my dorm room. It was in the dorm room down the hall. They were having a little get together. There was warm brews and cold bitches. And
how did you get caught with it?
I was in the room, and then Jake, that was his name, walked by the room.
Not even 12.
Not even 12. His name was Jake, and I think that was his government name. So he might sue me.
Wow.
So
wow.
So yeah, we chilling in the dorm room, right? It was like 4 dudes and 3 chicks, and we just had some piss warm tequilas. And the girls decided to walk outside, I guess, to use her Nokia cell phone, the kind you could drop multiple stories and it don't break. This is 02.
Yeah,
this is
02,
01.
20 years ago. That's over 20.
So she decides to light a cigarette in the hall of the dorm. Now, the dorm rules in 01, obviously you probably can't smoke in them now, but you could smoke in the dorms in 01. You just couldn't do it in the common ways. You couldn't do it in the halls. You had to do it in your room. Yeah, or a designated place. So she lights it up, and the cop's like, you can't smoke in the hallway. So this bitch opens the door, flings it open to the dorm room. Cop walks by, looks in, sees the beers, sees weed niggas rolling up. What's going on here? I've already seen it. Busts the door open, makes all of us grab the bottles and pour them out in the men's bathroom. And then we had to go to the dean. And then the dean said, fuck y'all niggas, get off my campus. Yeah.
All because this dumbass
broad
could not follow damn fucking directions.
I don't even know how we got from college greens to here, but I had to get that shit off my chest. That's 20-something years old.
Because,
Yeah.
You said how? Can we try and figure out how the hell she's washing these collard greens in the bathtub?
And then we went to the dorm room. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just had a flashback of that nasty-ass boarding house I was in.
It was trauma right there he just experienced.
So I had to get a boarding house on Formosa, and the boarding house now has been remodeled, and now it's probably respectable. But when I was living there, it was run down.
Trash.
You could hear, you could get drops of rain from when it rained through your ceiling, and it hit you on your head while you sleep.
Trash.
Like rats, roaches, everything.
See,
well, mice. They weren't rats.
Y'all talking about college.
Yes.
That just brought me back to, what up, everybody? Branson in the house. Brought me back to grandma. And see, Buddha could go back to, Buddha could, my grandma used to make 2 sets of collards. One set of collards was so hot.
Yeah, to the right. Because you're not in the focus.
I don't want to be in the focus.
Okay, well, you can see Branson right there.
But one set of collards would be so hot. You couldn't even eat it. It'd be so hot, spicy hot. Then she'd have the collards for us.
The regular one.
The regular one.
collards.
The ones you could partake in and enjoy.
If you would accidentally partake in the one with the crushed red in it, oh my God.
How spicy is that? Because I like spicy collard greens.
No, I love spicy food, double. When I said that shit used to be
Hot.
Hot is an understatement.
She put some ghost peppers in that motherfucker.
No, I would eat them shits and just, it's so
Yeah, and
eyes
you clear, your eyes
running
water.
and shit.
bro, I talk just the.
She put habanero peppers in there.
She would. I don't know.
I don't know what grandma used to put it in,
That
but
shit was hot.
boy, look.
Cause your nose and eyes of water.
Yo, you say flat. When you
Look.
said that flashback, that's
Trauma.
Before you
it ain't
even
even trauma. I miss my grandma.
before you put it
I
in
miss my grandma. Like,
before you
damn.
put it in your mouth, you already sweating, nose running,
got
and
warning.
eyes running. Like you all
nigga,
before you
put
even
your-
ate the
put your
first bite.
mouth on me, you
already have a great.
So yeah, I wanted to do my little collard green
green
story.
No, sir. No. I don't like food that hot. There's food that's
That's my
hot with a
point.
kick to it.
Yeah,
How
you
can you enjoy
Yeah,
that?
you can't. There's no way you can enjoy it.
She didn't have heartburn
Yeah, like
after
Buddha
that?
get ready to tell, because look, I partaken. I had a breakfast with them one morning, and that was
Hold on. I don't remember the story though.
These
What?
are South Carolina boys.
You
What's
remember that time when
South
me and
Carolina
wifey
boys
came
did
back
one
from
day.
Jamaica and we had the jerk chicken and it was marinated in the joint and motherfuckers shout out to my nigga Sid. Yo.
What?
You remember
Getting
Sid
old.
came and got the chicken and he ain't busted out with you or was it with Lil Chris?
It might have been. I would remember super spicy jerk chicken.
Bro, Sid will not let me live this shit down. Every
wrong
time
with the
nigga see a nigga, bro, I got you a wifey. I still got you. I ain't never gonna forget that. But it was one of them, like one of them. I did that when we
Marinated chicken.
Yeah, I
that
did
was
when we
jerk
had
style.
one of the first times we went to Jamaica, yo. And we came back. We let that bitch. I think we was. Matter of fact, I think we was South Austin. You know what I mean? I think it was off of Austin Avenue back then in Durham. Mm-hmm. And no, if it wasn't there, it was Hollybrook.
Excuse
you
me,
know what
people. We just having little mental lapse.
Yeah, well, hey man, Durham. Hey, shout out to Bull.
Shout
City.
out Bull City.
Yeah.
Hey, nigga.
I got some good memories in Durham.
That's where it all started at.
Yeah.
That's where it all started at.
Every time I got you, boo. I ain't never gonna forget, man. Tell wifey.
That one time y'all gave me that hot breakfast sausage was hot, super spicy. That was the day I think I jumped up and broke the chandelier because the shit was so fucking hot.
Nigga, ain't nothing that spicy that you got to be breaking shit.
No. I'm gonna tell you, it was right over the table. Like I'm talking like how that one's right over the table, but drop it down like right over top of you, like a foot over you over the table.
Damn, son.
Yeah, like how you just popped up.
Yeah, like, and I popped up and busted. Shh. Yeah, I had to pay for that too. I'll never forget that. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut y'all off. I miss my grandma.
You know what
I
mean?
miss my
grandma.
Just stay my grandma.
I miss my
I think
grandma.
we all miss our grandparents.
Grandma used to cook her.
Yeah, if you still got your grandparents around,
Yeah,
love
consider
on
yourself
them.
blessed.
Love on them, please.
Cherish.
Okay, so I think we should move off from Kamala's nasty ass, bland ass collard greens